Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Breakdown. Today we're taking a look at the AMX-011S Zaku 3 Custom, piloted by Mashmircello himself. This is a really fun suit to use, I think. It's got an interesting moveset for sure. You have your basic shot, of course. Your basic shot slowly recharges on its own, like most of the Axis units do. You have the charge version that does a flat 140 most of the time, unless the opponent has any kind of deals to mess with that. It's pretty good, decent damage, but again, you have to charge it, and it can be hard to hit, depending. Now, granted, you have some options for that. You have a dedicated stun in your shoulder button, which if it hits, you're able to capitalize on, obviously. It's not bad ranged. The real advantage to it ranged, I think, is that stun, though, again, you're going to be wanting to use it mostly closer, so you can get in and go for the grab or go for a melee attack. You do have a striker, which is a Gilgoog. It's a pretty nice striker. It does a good job. You have the melee and you have the ranged options. I think the ranged option's a little bit better because it has the funnels. You also have the Saikamu stun, which is very nice. Honestly, this is a suit that I would use mostly in melee. I wouldn't do too much at range with it, but you can. It definitely works. As you can see, I just don't think its kit is really designed around long range. I think the striker is there to help you capitalize. You have a guaranteed stun on the melee on the striker. You have a guaranteed stun on your shoulder button. Those things I think you should be using to set up the grab, which is your real bread and butter. The grab allows you to get some great dedicated damage out. It's very hard to block. It's very hard to dodge. The only thing, obviously, is if you do too much damage, you'll down them before you can get the grab off. And then you'll leave yourself open if you miss with the grab. But it's relatively easy to hit with, especially if you stun first, and then you can just capitalize on that grab and do some really good damage. Like that. We also have our burst, which is a melee burst. It's pretty good. It's a nice little melee burst. As we go into our second round, we'll ask you to answer our very simple question. I manhandled the double Zeta that time, which is great, because in all my practice rounds, it absolutely destroyed me. Should you use the Zaku 3 Custom? Honestly, I think this is a great melee suit. If you're looking for a melee suit that has some decent ranged options, this is a great get. This is a suit to really consider using. If you're looking for a melee suit that has a little bit more damage to it, you're going to be missing out. But at only a 2,000 cost, the Zaku 3 is really solid, I think, damage-wise. As we get into the melee here, you have your forward melee. Pretty nice. It's a normal, usual pop-up. You have your side melee. We got knocked out of that. You have stupid double Zeta. I hate going up using double Zeta so much. You have side melee, which is pretty nice. Standard melee. Standard melee does have a follow-up if you haven't got him into a down status yet. I hate the double Zeta. I love its design, but like that. And then, of course, your back melee, once he comes out of down status, is the stun, which allows you to just really capitalize on it. Which means this suit has 3 dedicated stuns. It is a great support unit. Granted, almost all of your stuns do damage as well, so they are going to result in downs if you're not careful. But as you can see, it has a really solid kit. I don't think its melee kit is perfect. I think it could use just a little bit more, maybe something else to give it a dodge, other than just the stun, because you're going to be using that already anyway, But it's a very, very solid suit. Probably my favorite of the double Zeta suits, honestly. You can, as you can see, you can still take damage during your Saikamu stun, so you can still get knocked out of that, like I was just there. We'll finish off this life with him. Oh, you stupid double Zeta. There we go. Yeah, I really like the Zaku 3 Customs kit. I think it's really solid. Oh, you got up too late. That's okay. We'll get in with that. Let me know your thoughts on the Zaku 3 Custom in the comment section down below. What are some good combinations that you could see using with it? Personally, I would probably pair it with something that has a lot of long range, like maybe Dynamis, or something with some Garobis, and then use its stun to dodge the Garobis. I think it's a really solid unit that you should definitely consider using if you haven't been using it already. Until next time, though, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Zaku 3 Custom has to offer.